Rivo. Jai Jai Prabhupada. 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jai. Prabhupada. Jai Jai Sri Hari Nam Sankirtan. Jai Nitai Go Premanande. Hariyo. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahans Parivaja Kacharja Astottara Satta Sri Sriman His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. ISKCON Founder Acharya His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahans Parivaja Kacharja Astottara Satta Sri Sriman His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj Ki. Ananta Gauri Vaishnavinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Rup Sanatan Bhattargana Shri Jiva Gopal Bhattas Raghunath Sad Goswami Ki. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ke. Vrindavan Dham Ke. Shri Rayapur Dham Ke. Jagannath Puri Dham Ke. Shri Gangamai Ke. Jamuna Mai Ke. Tulsi Devi Ke. Bhakti Devi Ke. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ke. Shri Shri Panchatattva Ke. Shri Shri Gaura-lila Ke. Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ke. Shri Harinam Shankirtan Ke. Nitai 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 Gaura Premanande. Glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. We need someone to play a harmonium for this one. One mridanga player and one harmonium player. Put the light on. Where's my, let's see, water bottle? Somebody can bring some water? Not cold though. Put that on. What's your name now? Ramatirtha? Pretty good. So this is a particular bhajan that was composed by Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya in glorification of Lord Chaitanya. 8 verses, beautiful song. So try to sing loudly, at least loud enough. Okay, we ready? I feel like I'm in a hospital with all these apparatuses here. It's like tubes and pipes and we're good. Okay, so the beautiful song. So I'll sing 2 lines and then you repeat 2 lines and then 2 lines more, and that concludes the verse. Nava-ghoravaram nava-pushpasaram nava-bhavadaram nava-lashyaparam pushpasaram nava-ghoravaram nava-pushpasaram nava-bhavadaram nava-lashyaparam Navahashakaram navam hemavaram panamami sachisuta voravaram Nava prema yutam navam nityasucham Nava Vesha Kritam Nava Prema Rasam Nava Dhavila Sasura Premamayam Pramamami Sachi Sutta Gaura-lila. Hari Bhakta Param Hari Namadaram Karajapa Karam Hari Namaparam Dhayane Sattatham Prana Yasrutaram Pranamami Sachi Sutta Gaura-lila. Sattatham Janatham Bhava Apaharam Vamamarta Parayana Lokagatim Dhavaleyakaram Jagat Tapaharam Pranamami Sachi Sutta Gaura-lila. Pranamami Sachi Sutta Gaura-lila. Pranamami Sachi Sutta Gaura-lila. Bhakti-karam priya charutaram navanartananagora rajakulam Kula kamini manasa lasyakaram pranamami sachi sutta Gaura-lila. Karathalavaram kara katavaram miduvara sunika madhudaram Tija bhakti guna vitam natyakaram pranamami sachi sutta Gaura-lila. It's a little high, little lower, lower. Yuga dharma yudam purna nadasutam dadane sutitam bhava bhavachitam. Dhana dhyana chitam hija vasatyutam pranamami sachi sutta Gaura-lila. Arunham nayanam sharanam vasanam vadade salitam svaka namaduram. Kurute surasam jagata jivanam pranamami sachi sutta Gaura-lila. Pranamami Sachiduta Gaura-varam. Pranamami Sachiduta Gaura-varam. Pranamami Sachiduta Gaura-varam. Pranamami Sachiduta Gaura-varam. Hey. Nava Gaura-varam. Nava Pushpasaram. Nava Bhavadaram. Nava Lasyapa. Hava Hasyakaram. Hava Hemavaram. Pranamami Sachiduta Gaura-varam. 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 Jaya Panchatattva, 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 Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Gaura-lila, 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 Jaya Gaura-lila, Gaura-lila. Nitai Gaura Hari 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 and Nitai Gaura Hari 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 Hari. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya. Hey, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Hey. Hari 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 Bo. We'll read the translation. It's quite sweet. And this is again by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. These are many of the characteristics and activities of Lord Chaitanya. Is there anybody who needs translation? You got translation going? Okay. Okay. His complexion is the hue of fresh cream tinged with kumkum. He is ever fresh Cupid who shoots arrows of newly blossoming flowers. He bears newer and newer moods of ecstatic emotions. He is fond of performing novel dances. He makes ever new jokes that cause much laughter. His brilliant luster is like freshly cast gold. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He is endowed with ever-fresh love of Godhead. His radiant luster is like the color of fresh butter. His fresh attire is arranged in ever-new fashions. He relishes ever-new mellows of love for Krishna. He shines in ninefold new ways while executing the ninefold process of devotion. He is permeated with the most gracious, loving nature. I bow down to Gauda, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He is absorbed in devotion to Shri Hari. He maintains the chanting of the names of Hari. While chanting, he counts the holy names on the fingers of his hands. He is addicted to the name of Hari. He always has tears of love welling in his eyes. I bow down to Gauda, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He is always removing the suffering of material existence for mankind. He is the goal of life for persons who are addicted to their own supreme interests, dedicated to their own supreme interests. He inspires men to become like honeybees, eager for the honey of Krishna Prem. He removes the burning fever of material world. I bow down to Gauda, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He who motivates pure devotion unto who is most attractive to his beloved servitors. By his dramatic dancing, he exhibits the characteristics of a king of the paramours. He causes the minds of beautiful young village women to dance. I bow down to Gauda, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He plays kartals as his throat emits sweet melodious sounds and the vibrant notes of the veena are softly played. He thus inspires the devotees to perform dramatic dancing that is infused with aspects of his own devotional service. I bow down to Gauda, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He is accompanied by the Sankirtan movement, which is the religious practice for the age of Kali. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj come again. He is the extraordinary, brilliant ornament of the earth. His preaching mood is suitably adapted to the cycle of birth and death. His consciousness is fixed in meditation on his own form. He is always accompanied by his transcendental abode. I bow down to Gauda, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. His eyes, the soles of his feet, and the clothing are reddish like the color that heralds the rising sun. As he utters his own name, his voice falters. He awakens the sweet flavor of life throughout the universe. I bow down to Gauda, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Om Gyan Timirandasya Gana Jana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimakte Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvasesa Sunyavadi Pastyatya De Satarine Vansha Kalpa Tarubhischa Kripa Sindhu Paebacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaho Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Ananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we're on the precipice of the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, this is considered the New Year. People celebrate the New Year on the first of the year, or in India on Vasant Panchami, which is the first day of spring. But Gaudiya Vaishnavas understand the New Year is the appearance of Sri Mahaprabhu. And we also organize the calendar in the same way. The Lord Chaitanya is Namo Mahavadanaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namari Gauda Triste Namaha. Krishna wants to understand himself. Krishna is so great that he knows everything. God knows everything at all times, in all places, and everywhere. Well, one thing he doesn't know is how great he is. Isn't that amazing? Well, that's, you might say that's his nature. He doesn't think himself very great, although he is God. God is also humble. He teaches humility even from the position of being the supreme power within the universe. So when he wants to find out how great he is, he can't become himself to do that. In fact, he bewilders himself in his own greatness. This was Krishna. This was in Dwarka. He was walking. And he was passing one of the pillars in Dwarka, the beautiful palaces. They have these big, gigantic, reflective pillars. They're like mirrors. So he was walking past, and then he noticed something in the mirror of the pillar, and then he went back and he was thinking, wow, who is that? And then he went back and he said, oh, that's me. So he astonished in the nature of his attractiveness. Only one can try to understand it through the words of the great souls. And still, it always falls short. So, Lord Chaitanya, and he talked about how, everyone comes to me, and I'm trying to give pleasure to everyone. Everyone worships. Thinking, who can I worship? Everyone is getting happiness, joy in worshiping me. Somebody who's better than me, but who's better than me? Person who's better. And that person has to have 1,000 times more greater qualities than I have. But where can we find such a person? Rukmini, she was massaging his feet, feeling so much his feet, and tears were coming out of her eyes out of love. Her service and smoke. Krishna, you are so wonderful. You are so many words to describe her love for Krishna. But you don't know how wonderful. Krishna goes, oh, really? I don't know. But then she says, but there is one person who does. Mati Radharani. So Krishna was thinking, I have to find out how wonderful I am. And what is about her that attracts her to me in such a way that she's not attracted to anything but me in the most complete and perfect way. So then he becomes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Radharani, the feminine aspect, the internal energy, the pleasure potency, bhakti, and the Supreme Personality of God, the source of all existence, come into one person as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's a mystery. He's very available to his devotees. He's very kind to his devotees. He's very available to his personality. He's a great mystery. Great mystery. People have been trying to understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for, let me say, since the time he started to manifest his pastimes in the material world. And no one can understand. So it explains that Mahaprabhu comes to this material world for 6 reasons. 6 reasons, 3 are called the external reasons. His mission, that's the external, and then the internal reasons are his nature. Something about himself that he wants to experience, because God likes to experience love or happiness. He is the source of it, but he also is the reservoir of that experience also. I was talking to one man, And I went over to his house. His wife is a Bengali. She was really very devoted. He was a Westerner. They were married. This was in America. And we were talking about God. And I was saying, you know, your wife, she really worships God. He said, I don't see any need to worship God because God has everything. What can I give him that, will be something that, he can take? God is there for us to get. We ask him, we pray to him, we call out to him, and he's there to help us. That's his program. That's it. I said, you missed the whole point. The source of all happiness is in God, and he is transcendently happy, and happiness comes by way of relationships. The basis of all happiness is relationships. We see people in this world, when they have a wonderful relationship with someone, which is very rare, but if they do, they're happy because relationship life, the basis of success, and the basis of, even if you don't have anything else to surround that relationship, if that relationship is loving, then your life is successful, complete. We say perfect. So Krishna's like that too. He likes relationships. So I was telling him, he wants to relate to each and every part and particle of his energy, us, the living beings. So we should serve him in such a way that he will be pleased with our service, or we should offer something to him that will make him happy. Couldn't understand it. Kept thinking that God is the order supplier. Yes, and we ask him and he gives, and that's, I gave up on him. Couldn't get him to change his mind. But I was trying to tell him, where does love come from? Everything starts in the absence. So God is the reservoir of all love, and he likes to exchange love with others. That's his program. So when he comes to this material world, he's coming for that purpose, to experience his own loving nature in relationship to his internal energy personified as Srimati Radharani. So as we mentioned, there are 6 external reasons, or mission reasons, and 3 internal. Internal is his nature. He wants to experience happiness. So the 3 external reasons is when Navadvip was the center of education at that time. People who wanted education went to Navadvip for learning, for study, and some of the best scholars, pundits, educational teachers were all in Navadvip. But still, their level of education didn't come to pure devotional service. There were very few that were actually executing devotional service. Yes, they were worshiping demigods like that. Or they would worship the Supreme Lord for some material benefit like that, which is not worship, it's business. When we ask things from God, like something material, like we call it Dehi. Dehi is an Indian terminology, it means give me. Give me money, give me health, give me that boy or girl that I'm chasing after. Give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. That's not worship, that's business. We offer the prayer, that's the money, and he gives back, right? But that's not the way we approach God. We approach God to say, what can I do for you? He's doing everything for us. We can't even live for even a moment without his mercy. We are completely dependent on him, even though we may not be completely aware of it, because everything is controlled by Krishna, both spiritual and material. So our existence really is situated on his mercy, and our success even more so. So at that time, the Dvaitacharya Advaitacharya, he had come before Lord Chaitanya to set the stage for the Lord's appearance. He was 52 years old at the time, and he was seeing the people in Navadvip were wasting their life in material education, worshipping in demigods. They were making deities of demigods, worshipping the demigods for some material benefit, then taking the deity and throwing the deity into the river. They were worshipping cats and dogs. Yeah, it mentions there that they were having marriages between cats and dogs. Can you marry a cat and a dog together? In other words, when you get so materially successful, you get bored. They had a lot of material success, so they kept doing all of these other activities which were outside the norm. Now, Advaitacharya was him and Srila Haridas Thakur and a few other, Mukunda and a few others were the only Vaishnavas were there before Lord Chaitanya, and a few more. And they were all becoming unhappy seeing the population, especially Advaitacharya, because he is the Supreme Self. He is Mahavishnu, with the element of Sadashiva, which is the original Shiva in the spiritual world. Shiva has a planet in Vaikuntha realm, and that is called Sadashiva. So Mahavishnu and Sadashiva came together and manifested as an incarnation of God known as Advaitacharya. So he was there, and he was becoming upset seeing how people were wasting their lives in useless worship and material pursuits. So he was thinking, I should just take out my chakra and kill them all. I mean, he was thinking like that. But then he thought, no, this is the work of the Supreme Lord Krishna himself. So he went down to the banks of the Ganges, and with tulsi leaves and sandalwood pulp, he created a linga, Shiva linga. And he was worshiping that Shiva linga, calling out to the Lord, please come. And he was offering flowers and sandalwood pulp and prayers. So it mentions that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or Krishna himself actually, manifested himself because of the calling of Advaitacharya. He was calling with such feeling and such emotion and such desperation. These people, they're wasting their lives, they're going to hell. So that's the nature of a great personality. They can never be fully happy. They're happy in themselves, but they feel unhappy for the sufferings of others. And so that's one of the reasons why Mahaprabhu came. The second reason, Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata bhutanam adharmasya tadatmaham srajami aham pravitranayam sadunam vinasanaya chaduskritam dharma samstarpadataya sambhavami yuge yuge. When irreligion goes down and people become, what we say, very much attached to material sense gratification and sinful activity, the Lord comes. He says that in Gita. So that was the second reason. And the third reason was to bring the chanting of the Hare Krišna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Sometimes we think the Lord came to enunciate the Yuga Dharma, which he did. And he came to, again, purify the atmosphere and bring people back to the state of loving devotional service and spread the Yuga Dharma. But these are secondary reasons. His main reasons was his internal reason. So it says that Dvaitacharya's calling and Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna's desire to come to the material world in his own mood of a devotee of himself was simultaneous. he wanted to experience what it was about Radharani that was so wonderful, that was attracting him to her. So it's explained that there are three reasons. One, what is the nature of Radharani's love? Sometimes we say, there's two things you can never understand. Nobody can understand. What is that? Krishna's qualities. His qualities are unlimited. And his love for Krishna. These two, nobody can understand. Even Krishna can't understand it. If you say that Krishna can't understand something, it sounds like it doesn't, go along with his nature. But this point, he becomes, love is like that. Love can actually make you bewildered. So Krishna gets bewildered by love. He can't even understand the nature of Radharani's love for him, but he knows it's so wonderful that he's completely attracted to it. So now, that was, what is the nature of her love, and what is the happiness that she's feeling in that loving relationship with him? He wants to experience her happiness, which is greater than his happiness for her. Amazing. Actually, just to divert for a second, if you want to be successful in Krishna consciousness, pray to Radharani. My dear Radharani, please give me your mercy so I can get the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet in devotional service. She's very kind. Although she is the greatest of all devotees, she is the kindest of all also. And the last one is, what is it about him that attracts her to him? What are his qualities? So therefore he becomes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these are the 6 reasons why the Lord manifested in this world. To purify the world through the Yuga Dharma and to experience her love for him. So if you study the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you can see how, when he first began, he didn't institute the Sankirtan movement. It wasn't until he actually became initiated by Ishwara Puri that he actually began the Sankirtan movement. It's interesting. He was at that time 18 years old. Before then, he was like a scholar, a pundit, teaching logic, teaching grammar. He had many students, and he was known as Nimai Pandit. Pandit means one who knows Shastra, one who knows transcendental knowledge. So he was so great, and he was considered the best of all Pandits in Navadvip at the time. But he didn't preach Krishna consciousness, although he was growing up. Actually, I should divert away from there's one particular story that is really, really, really amazing. And this goes back when Lord Chaitanya first appeared in the world. And he was 3 years old at the time. He was living in the house of Jagannath Mishra in Sachi Mata. And of course, no one knew anything. Of course, they could see that this child was quite interesting, because when he was born, the demigods would come and visit the house in disguise. They would be there invisible. And the whole house there would be like footprints on the floor. And they would and then the whole atmosphere was like so charged with all of these great personalities. So his mother and his father, so many strange things are happening in our house, just because of this child. Who is this child? And he would wear ankle bells and armlets and leglets like that. When he would walk, it would sound like a kirtan. So they would get a little hint. So now he was 3 years old. One day, one traveling brahmana, he came, and he was fasting. He had been fasting for 3 days, And this Brahmana had this deity of Gopal that he would carry on his neck in a chain, and he would worship that deity by chanting the Gopal mantra. And he was fasting, he was a Brahmana. And so he came to the house of Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra. Oh, they welcomed him. Oh, a Brahman has come. That means the culture is that if a Brahman comes to your home, it's considered to be very auspicious. You open your home to that person, and you make that home, that person, their home. That becomes their home. They become, the people who live in the home become the servant of the Brahman. Whatever the Brahman wants, let's satisfy the Brahmin. And of course, the Brahmins come to purify the householders, because the householders get involved with pounds, shilling, pence, material activities. So the Brahmins came. They teach astrology, they teach medicine, and they teach philosophical or transcendental philosophy. So they come to Benedict. But at this time he was traveling, so he needed a place to stay. So Jagannath Mishra welcomed him. And then at one point he said, I'd like to cook because I haven't eaten in 3 days. I'd like to prepare some rice. Jagannath Mishra said, very good. We will take all arrangements and give you everything you need. Just tell us what you need. He brought everything, the pots, the ingredients, the rice, the spices, everything. And then he was cooking. And this was going on at the time. And at one point he finished cooking. And now he's going to make an offering to his deity, Gopal. So he has his Gopal mantra. So he knows the mantra. So he chants the mantra to Gopal. And while he's doing it, little Nimai is in the house, and he just starts running up, and he starts eating the offering. Hi, 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 hi! He's ruining my offering. And then Jagannath Mishra comes out and sees what's happening. Oh, Nimai! So he gets a stick. He's chasing him, and Nimai runs into the room, locks the door. So, and Jagannath Mishra he's embarrassed. He's never done that before. I'm sorry. You are our guest, you know. And we didn't really serve you nicely. And the Brahmin was saying, that's okay. He's just a child. That's okay. And actually, maybe it's Krishna's arrangement because he doesn't want me to eat today. No, 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 no. No, please cook again. Please cook again. We'll make sure he doesn't come by. So you get all of the ingredients again, because you have to clean everything and start from scratch, the pots, everything has to be started anew. They get everything together, and he's cooking. Finally, you know, it's getting later in the evening, and the house is becoming quiet. So he's there cooking, and then he finally finishes. And then he gets ready and chants the Gopal mantra again, prays to his deity Gopal to please accept the offering. And little Nimai comes running out and starts eating the offering again. Hi, 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 he did it again, oh no! and then he's like, ah. And then Jagannath Mishra runs out. What? Oh, he died. And so he gets and then Nimai's there, and he's running this way and that way, and he's trying to hide from his father, but he can't, and father's chasing him. Finally, he goes into the room, locks the door from the inside, because the doors have locks inside. And Jagannath Mishra locks the door from the outside, because they have locks on the inside and the outside in India. So now he comes back. Oh, we're so sorry it happened again. He's never done this before. Please cook again. No. This is Krishna's arrangement. Krishna doesn't want me to eat today. I will continue fasting. No, please, you're our guest. We want to make you happy. Please, you've been fasting. Please take some prasad. And then he says, no. All of a sudden, Vishvarup, Lord Chaitanya's older brother, he comes walking, and the Brahman goes, "Who's that?" Because, it's Lord Nityananda come again. He's so beautiful. And he said, "Who is this?" "That's my elder son, Vishvarup." Now Vishvarup starts speaking in such a sweet voice. "My dear Brahman, you are our guests. We're so happy you came to our house. You have blessed our house. We want to please you. Please make arrangements and cook again. For sure, everything will be fine." And then he's hearing Vishvarup's voice, and his mind is getting enchanted by the sound of his voice. So beautiful. He's actually Nityananda, but in a different form. So, all right. So he just said, "All right. So now it's really late." It's almost midnight. And they get all the pots, clean the pots, get all the spices, the boga, and everything is set up again. And he's cooking again. And then everyone's asleep now. The house is completely quiet. Finally, he finishes third time. He gets down, he starts chanting his Gopal mantra, thinking, finally I'm going to get something to eat. And then, as he's chanting the Gopal mantra, little Nimai runs out and starts eating the offering again. And this time he says, "Hi, hi, hi, hi." He's worn out. He can't believe what's happening. So, and Nimai says to him, "What's the problem? You're calling me, you're chanting my mantra, you're calling me, and I'm coming. What's the problem?" And then the Brahman's looking, and then all of a sudden, the whole scene changes. And now it's Vrindavan, and there's birds chirping, the rivers are flowing, and then there's beautiful kalpavriksha trees, and the whole atmosphere is Vrindavan. And Krishna is standing there. Shri Krishna himself in his beautiful, beautiful transcendental threefold bending form. And that little Nimai took the form of Krishna. And he's seeing it. And now he gets up, falls on the ground. He's overwhelmed with ecstasy and love. He falls again. Finally gets up again. He can't keep consciousness. Finally he faints and loses consciousness. Seeing standing there. And this scene is going on for some time. Everybody's asleep in the house. It's just a Brahman and little Nimai now in the mood of Vrindavan. And Krishna said to him, "Actually, you have been my devotee for many, many lifetimes. And so you've been offering me so many wonderful, wonderful offerings throughout your whole lives. I'm very pleased by your service." And so the Brahman is getting charmed, and then finally, the Lord then disappears, goes back to his baby form and runs away. The whole atmosphere changes. And then the Brahman, he's still in ecstasy. And he starts taking the rice and he's throwing it. And the rice is sticking to his body and he's just falling into the ground. And then he makes so much noise that the residents of the house, they wake up and they come out and they see, oh, he finally got something to eat. He must be happy because of that. Well, but Nimai said one thing, I forgot to mention that. He said, "What you see here, please don't tell anyone. I've come as a missionary. My mission hasn't begun yet. So be quiet and don't tell anyone what you see. And come every day, and you can come, and I will play with you every day." Man, the Lord was so merciful. And then when he saw Jagannath Mishra come out, when the Brahmin saw him, he was about to say, Your son is Gaura. But he didn't. He remembered he was... He became very quiet like that. So, yeah. And so every day for about a month, he would come and visit the house of Jagannath Mishra, and then he would spend some time playing with little Nimai. So that was the first pastime that the Lord actually revealed himself as the Supreme Person, only to that one Brahmin. And that Brahmin, of course, went back home, back to Godhead at the end of the life. He pleased the Lord so nicely. So, yeah. So the mission of the Lord, of course, is many, but his main mission for us is to glorify himself, teaching the process of that glorification through the chanting of the Hare Krišna Mahamantra. So the Hare Krišna Mahamantra is what is the essence of all practice of Krishna consciousness. We know that. Here we have Mahaprabhu with his eternal associates, the Panchatattva. And therefore they've come to spread the Yuga Dharma and purify the world. But they're asking us, those of us who are his devotees, those of us who are followers, those of us who have complete faith in their mercy upon us, to take that same mercy and to spread it everywhere and anyone. And that's our duty. And that duty will get you back home, back to Godhead. Because by taking the opportunity to purify, Lord Chaitanya's mission is three. One, to develop an attraction for chanting. Sometimes, of course, when we chant, we don't always feel the happiness of chanting. Sometimes we feel, why am I chanting? It's so difficult. I'm not feeling so happy. But if you keep going, after some time, the sweetness, the holy name, Prabhupada talks about disease. What is that disease? The disease is Bhava Rog. You've heard of that person, right? Eneche asadi maya, nasi bade lagi, harinama mahamantra, loud to me magi. An eneche asadi maya, asadi means medicine. Nasi bada ragi, harinama mahamantra, loud to me magi. The medicine for the disease of material existence, and it's a disease. To try to enjoy this material world is being afflicted with mental dimension. Try to enjoy this material world is a psychological defect. It is. In other words, you're crazy. We say it in so many nice words. But this material world is not meant for our enjoyment. This material world is designed for us to take the activities and the paraphernalia that the Lord has given us and to use it for the service of the Lord. And then that frees us from this desire to enjoy this material world. We use the word enjoy. Prabhupada said, yes. One time someone asked Srila Prabhupada, what is the purpose of life? And Prabhupada said, to enjoy. And then he said, but not in the way you think it is. The enjoyment is in the spiritual world with Krishna. That's the purpose of life, is to get back there and then experience that desire for happiness in a way that it doesn't end, in a way that is satisfying and fulfilling, in a way that is based on our relationship, eternal relationship with Krishna. I was going through security the other day. It was just 2 days ago. I was going through one place and I had to go through customs. So he's looking at me, and I'm standing there. Hope he doesn't ask too many questions. So And then he asks us a few questions. I satisfied him with my answers. And then he stabbed my purport. He said, enjoy. I thought, no, not like that. But he has his conception of what enjoyment is, but I have my conception, or the real conception is. So yeah, the enjoyment is there in the process of bhakti, and that enjoyment is here in the material world when we dedicate our activities to the service of the Lord. Then we come to the platform of susukam kartavabhyayam, that happiness that we're looking for. And it's centered around the chanting of the Hare Krišna Mahamantra. Because the chanting of the Hare Krišna Mahamantra, Golokera, Premadana, Harinam, Sankirtan, Ratin Jan Milokene Upai, is coming directly from Golokadam into the hearts of the pure devotees who practice pure devotional service in this world. They take that mantra and they spread it far and wide to the conditioned souls, because they know this is what the Lord wants. He wants everyone to come back to Him in devotional service. So the chanting of the Hare Krišna Mahamantra is the means. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us that. He came to give us the sweetness of that chanting. Also, in order for that chanting to manifest, he taught a second principle, and that is Vaishnava Seva. To not only to chant the holy names, but take opportunities and try to find opportunities to serve the Vaishnavas. Serving the Vaishnavas is higher than serving Krishna. Some people say, I want to serve God. That's nice. But a real devotee said, I want to serve those who are serving God. That is higher, because God becomes more pleased when we serve those who serve God. And of course, that means any devotee. Sometimes we think, well, that's just a spiritual master. No. Prabhupada said, anyone who's engaged in devotional service is worthy of our service. And we can also assist in that way. And the last one is Jiva Doya. So Namruchi Vaishnava Seva Jiva Doya. Lord Chaitanya emphasizes these three. Jiva Doya means preaching, showing compassion to the fallen souls who are out there, as Prabhupada said, trying to make a humbug civilization. The world, look at the world today, it's a mess. And people in the world, they think they're advanced. Where's the advancement? Advancement in envy, advancement in hatred, advancement in stockpiling weapons for ultimate destruction. What is the advancement? Everyone's fighting with everybody else. Nobody likes anybody. It's just, the world is going crazy now. It's actually at a very dangerous point right now. And people think, we're advanced. Where's the advancement? Advancement comes when you understand your relationship with the Supreme Lord, and you act in that relationship, then you are advanced. You're advanced in knowledge, and you're advanced in the purpose of life, not to simply have a bunch of material things that are, you use them for a little while, and then they fall apart, and you give them up, you get some more, and then after a while you die. Hare Krishna. This is a material world. You can't stay here, and you can't enjoy here. It's just the way it is. If you don't take my word for it, keep trying, then come back when you're tired. I'll tell you more. Don't try to enjoy this material world. Try to serve the Lord, serve the Lord's devotees, engage in devotional service. The devotional service is so variegated. There's so many activities that make up devotional service that fulfills different types of personalities. Some of us like to worship the deity. Some of us like to cook. Some of us like to clean. Some of us like to go out and preach. Some of us just like to do kirtan. Some of us. All of these activities are all part of pure devotional service. and they awaken attraction to the Lord. When we do it with enthusiasm, when we do it with attention. So Lord Chaitanya came to give us that. But he gave us the essence of the essence, Harinam Sankirtan, which is the fast track in Krishna consciousness, chanting the glories of the Lord, and especially the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purnya Sudya Nitya Mukti. Abhinna means different. Abhinna means the same. Krishna's name is Krishna. It's not logically understandable by an intelligence or even various types of ways of approaching it. You can't understand how Krishna and Krishna's name are the same. It's not. There's no logic that fits it. What is the understanding? The experience. The experience is the understanding. When you chant, you feel peaceful. When you chant, you feel. When you chant, you feel blissful. When you chant, everybody looks nice. Before we chant, we're looking at. After a while, we're chanting. Yes. The whole world changes. Even the guy you didn't like yesterday, you love him today. My wife looks better today after the holy name. Yeah, everything becomes wonderful when the holy name is there to, energize and nourish our soul. The mind is becoming happy and the soul is becoming nourished through the chanting of the holy name. So this is the essence, and we're really wonderful that here in Ljubljana you have many, many opportunities to have programs, 3 and 4 days of kirtan. I just came from Mayapur. We did a 5-day Mayapur kirtan mela there. And the temple was so full, you couldn't put anybody. It was practically impossible to dance. People were holding on to each other, like in big crowds and dancing like that. And they could only go so far, because it was so crowded. It was like, I can't give you a number, but the temple was just packed to the max. 5 days of kirtan. It was just amazing. And of course, it's going on all around the world. Devotees are starting to accelerate the whole process of kirtan in different places around the world. It's increasing. Why? Because we're understanding that this is the process for self-realization, and it's the process for ultimate happiness and success in Krishna consciousness. Chant the holy names. Especially, of course, kirtan and japa. Japa, no, don't forget that part. Japa is also important. Lord Chaitanya, he actually demonstrated the importance of japa. He would chant, he would carry beads, and he would chant japa. And sometimes he would walk and chant, and he would have the tulsi plant in front of him, carried by one of his assistants, one of his devotees. And he would always chant in front of the tulsi plant, because tulsi is auspicious. And tulsi gives you greater amount of mercy when you chant in front of her. That's why we bring tulsi in during the japa periods. But Lord Chaitanya taught both. Kirtan is kirtan, but he also taught the importance of chanting japa too. Because one supports the other. As the quality of our japa increases, the quality of our kirtan increases. And when we do kirtan enough, we get enthusiastic and get nourished in our japa also. So they're like what would you say? two people in one body. 2 persons in one body. The holy name is there in both forms, but it's one divided into 2 for the sake of expression, that's all. For the sake of meditation. So yeah, Lord Chaitanya is pleased when we chant japa also. So don't forget that. I know it can be hard sometimes japas, but if this in the Nectar of Instructions by Srila Rupa Goswami, he makes one verse that when you lose your taste for japa, just sit down and very carefully chant those holy names with great attention. Don't try to go fast, don't try to finish, but try to hear and the name clearly. Hare Krišna, Hare Krišna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If we do that, and it starts out a little mechanical, a little slowly, but when the mind catches the sound, then automatically you start getting into the rhythm of the holy name, and then the speed naturally increases like that. So never be in a hurry. The holy name is, you're serving the holy name, and not that you're trying to control the holy name by chanting the holy name. You can't control Krishna. He's in the position. We're trying to serve the holy name by approaching the holy name in the right mood. And what is that mood? Ayi nanda tanuja kinkaram, patitam mam vishame bhavam buddha, kripaya tavapada pankaja stita duli sadrisham vichintaya. O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servant. Somehow or other I've fallen into this ocean of suffering, birth and death. Please pick me up and give me the shelter of your lotus feet. So we pray like that when we chant the Shikshashtaka prayer. That's verse number 5. We're praying to be situated in devotional service. And that's the mood of chanting. Prabhupada said that verse is asking for the mercy of the holy name, like that. That verse is very key. And of course we can offer prayers and pray to great souls, and that will inspire us in our chanting more and more. So the chanting is the essence, but of course we have so many other activities that we perform. All of these other activities support the quality of our chanting when they are done also in devotion. It's not like one is better than the other. Well, this person is, worshiping the deity, and I'm just cooking or I'm just cleaning the temple. Prabhupada said devotional service is on the transcendental platform. It's equal. Krishna doesn't see so much what you're doing. He's seeing the mood of what you're doing. He's taking that mood. We could also be chanting the holy name and be thinking, just see how wonderful I chant. Just see, I know all of the melodies and I can sing nicely, and I go to all the Harinam Kirtan programs, and I'm on the list every time. Just see how nice I chant. That's not, Krishna says, get that guy out of here. That's not the mood. The mood is, when Bhakti Siddhanta was asked, what is the mood of leading kirtan? What is the lead kirtan? What is his mood? Bhakti Siddhanta said, Trinadapi Sanij Chayor Iva Sahishnana. Humility. We're approaching the holy name, we're approaching Krishna in a way of humble. The expression is through song, through melody, through music. And music is the language of the heart. But it's done in that mood, calling out for Krishna, praying to Krishna, trying to present that chanting in such a way that it is offerable to Krishna. We can't conquer the holy name, we have to be conquered by the holy name. Okay, so I think today is a day where you're all going out on Harinam. Oh, there you are. And I didn't even see you. Oh, okay, so I think devotees have to eat breakfast yet, right? Yeah, so we should Let's see if there's any one or two questions before we end. Anyone? Okay. Good, then you can go right to breakfast. After you eat breakfast, then you'll think of questions, but anyway. Anyway, thank you very much. And take part in this Harinam Sankirtan. It is the Yuga Dharma, and it pleases Lord Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Panchatattva ki Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Nithai Gaur Premanande, Hari 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 Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.